everybody? Welcome to episode 115 of Cameron Sports Podcast. This host here, Cameron Lindsay, back with a brand new episode. Today's episode, I'm feeling really, really good, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. It's just something in the air. I don't know. I think it's called victory. And today's episode, I'm gonna talk about my Los Angeles Chargers defeating the Kansas City Chiefs, the 3-time in a row AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs, former back-to-back Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. I told y'all I was gonna be covering my Chargers all season, talking about each game, whether it's a win or loss. I'm gonna be talking about them. Granted, in my last episode about my Chargers, I did put this game as a loss. Heck, really, I had us losing both games to the Chiefs because of the injury to Rashawn Slater. It's real hard. We lost to Kansas City about 7-8 times in a row prior to this game. 7 times in a row, I believe. The last time we beat them was in 2021. But I did say to y'all, I'm gonna be cheering. I said, I hope I'm wrong. And I could come on podcast and admit, about predictions or games that are wrong. I have no problem. That's how it comes as a journalist. Even the best of them, Stephen A. Smith, people like that, gonna be wrong about games. You can only control what you can control, which is your opinion. But yeah, my Chargers defeated the Kansas City Chiefs 27-21 in Brazil. Again, this is the first win against the Chiefs since 2021. So 4 years ago. I remember it because my best friend Marcus, shout out to my boy Marcus, was getting married that day. The game came on before the wedding started, so luckily I was able to really watch as getting ready for the wedding. Able to watch that game. That's when we had Brandon Staley. That was his first year. We beat Kansas City. We went on fourth down multiple times. I was hyped. I was like, "Oh snap! We beat Kansas City. We might have a chance to win the division." Of course, we didn't win the division, and we didn't even make the playoffs that year because he kept going for it on fourth down almost every game. But I want to call out some people. Nick or Wright, I don't like you. You may not know who I am. That's fine. You may not know my podcast, but one day you will. And I get it. You're a Kansas City fan. But you just keep riding Mahomes like you're his woman. Like, come on now. I get it. It's like every time I watch First Things First, I actually like the show more because I like Chris Broussard and other co-hosts. But Nick Wright, I wouldn't say I liked him or disliked him. I thought he was alright, but annoying when it comes to the Chiefs and the Mahomes. Like, Mahomes is the best player in the league. The Chiefs are a dynasty. I could admit that. Even as a Chargers fan, but like he coming up stuff like Mahomes Mountain is basically where Mahomes is at top and he ranks the other quarterbacks how they rank behind Mahomes. Are they right next to him? Or they you know what I'm saying? He has Mahomes Mountain every week during the season, and of course he gonna pick the Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl every year, and the Chiefs gonna win. We own this division like every time, and it just climbed to my Chargers. He didn't have my Chargers in the playoffs. I said that's okay. Granted, the Rashawn Slater injury is big. I'm not gonna lie. It scared me a bit. It still scares me because that's our all-pro left tackle. We was gonna have him, Joe Alt, Mekhi Becton. Offensive line was gonna look good, but then all had to go bad with Rashawn Slater getting injuries. And I'm not gonna lie. When I found that out, I'm like, dang, my Chargers can't catch a break. Because it's like almost every year with injuries. It's like before the season, during, like we can't get one healthy season to really see what we can do, like something. I'm like, come on. And yeah, just people downing Justin Herbert. Granted, like I said when I did all them stats. Granted, I get it. Herbert needs to win a playoff game, but Peyton Manning in his first 5 years didn't win nothing either. Actually, like I said, I wish I could put up a graphic when I couldn't keep improving my show. I'm gonna get to the point where I could put up a graphic and show you Peyton Manning and Justin Herbert's first 5 years, they're like identical. like literally identical. Both almost same amount of touchdown passes, almost same amount of, interceptions. Both don't throw much. No playoff wins. Peyton Manning didn't start winning to his 6th year. Now Justin Herbert's in his 6th year. So, I'm not saying Justin Herbert gonna be Peyton Manning, but I think he can have the career. He could be a special player, a future Hall of Famer. To me, he's up there with the Joe Burrows, the Lamars, the Josh Allens, and he's up there with them. The Jalen Hurts. To be honest, I'll take him over Jalen Hurts. If you put Justin Herbert on that Eagles team, he just can run with his legs. He'll win too. Like Joe Burrows. I said this off camera. When that year the Bengals went to the Super Bowl and Joe Burrow's 2nd year, I guarantee you, Justin Herbert could have did the same thing. I even said it it's like we even going with Phillip Rivers. Eli Manning won 2 Super Bowls. Ben won 2 Super Bowls. You put Phillip on any of those teams and give him the defense they had. My Chargers, we had good defenses, but not good as the Steelers or the Giants. But Phillip would have won at least 1 Super Bowl. And because Justin Herbert, that first playoff win in Jacksonville, I don't blame on Herbert. I blame that on Brandon Staley and his poor coaching, playing our starters in the last game of the season when he didn't need to. Now, this past season, I have to give it to Herbert. Throwing 4 interceptions in a playoff game, that's unacceptable. I can't defend that. But what I can defend is he's a top 10 quarterback in the league, really top 5, to be honest. But yeah, he played amazing. Justin Herbert went 25 of 34, 318 passing yards, 3 touchdown passes. What also impressed me is our wide receiver core. They stepped up. Quentin Johnson, 5 catches, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns. Now, it's Quentin Johnson's rookie year. He had bad habit of dropping passes, real bad habit. And he only had 2 total touchdown catches his whole rookie year 2 years ago. Last year, he improved. He went up. More touchdown catches, more yards, but he still is having problems dropping the ball. So far, like I said, he's off to a good start. It's like I said, making catches when we need him to in crucial moments against a really good team like the Chiefs. And also, McConkey picked up where he left off last season. Again, 6 catches, 74 yards. He was looking good. Our number 1 receiver. I think he's going to continue to improve. And Keenan Allen, bringing back Mr. Slay. He's still one of the best route runners in the league. Yes, he may be older, but I feel like we should have never traded him in the first place. Because he had a career year prior. I'm like, why would we get rid of him? And when we brought him back, I said, okay, I don't expect Keenan to be the old Keenan. He don't have to be. He got to be that Keenan where it's 3rd and 6, 3rd and 8. We need a crucial 3rd down. And guess what Keenan did? We're in the red zone. He made some catches where he picked up the first down. It was 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7. He made the catch to pick up the first down. He caught the touchdown pass from Herbert. In crucial moments like that, I was like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. I'm like, yes. That's what we need is Slay, because when Mike Williams retiring, we have young receivers and Keandre Lambert-Smith and Trey Harris will be drafted in the draft. Quentin Johnson still young, his 3rd year. McConkey, his 2nd year. We need a veteran like Keenan Allen, and he stepped up big. I'm proud of my Chargers for that. Justin Herbert played out of his mind. Another person I want to call out. Speaking of Nick Wright, Ryan Clarke. I understand I ain't played in the NFL high level like you did, but don't you ever disrespect my quarterback ever. Talking about Justin Herbert, basically calling him like he's playing awful. Like, come on now, 23 touchdown passes, 3 interceptions, 1 playoff game. It's the first one you can't put on him. That second one, yes, but come on now. He stepped up, beat Mahomes on a big stage in Brazil, Friday night, week 1, against the Chiefs, beat them. We always play the Chiefs close. I know that. I knew the game was going to be close. I just thought, like, okay, Mahomes, they're going to find a way to beat us, because I remember a couple years ago, we had the Chiefs beat. I think it was like barely a minute left, and they just marched right down the field and scored a touchdown. Won the game. Patrick Mahomes to a touchdown pass to Travis Kelce. But not this time. I saw the highlight Justin Herbert It was third down. He ran, used them legs, picked up that first down. Ball game. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. Herbert putting this on his back, stepping up, showing that he's a superstar player. He could come in up in the clutch. So stop the disrespect, Ryan Clarke and Nick Wright. Like, stop it. I have these stats to back it up. Stop it. You know Herbert is an elite quarterback. Stop it. Come on now. But speaking of that, my player of the week is my quarterback, Justin Herbert. I said, yes, my quarterback. I wish I could cry like T.O. back when he did with Romo when he said, that's my quarterback. Because Justin Herbert, that's my quarterback. That's my quarterback right there. So each week I'm going to try to do a player of the week. Well, if we win, I don't know, should I do it when we lose, y'all? I might do. If we lose, depending on how if it's close. If it's a blowout, no. If it's close, I might do a player of the week if we lose the game. But when we win, I'm really going to for sure do a player of the week. But it's Justin Herbert. Because all the slander I heard about him, he needs to step up against Mahomes. And he did that. Like I told my coworkers today when I got off work, Herbert ain't never let me down. I believe in my quarterback. I believe in him. But now some pros in this game. Defense played very well. Actually, getting pressure on Mahomes. Stopping their run. Now, granted, I know Xavier Worthy got hurt. Rashid Rice is suspended for 6 games, but they did very well on Mahomes and the Chiefs' offense. Our O-line did a good job in pass protection. Shockingly, we only gave I think one or two sacks maybe. I was nervous. I ain't gonna lie. I was pointing the game where Mekhi Beck before the game started. It was reported Mekhi Beck that had an illness. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And then during the game, he went out. I'm thinking he's out now because maybe it got worse. I'm like, we can't catch a break. Like, how's Herbert? And this is why they be talking bad about Herbert, because of something he can't control. He can't control if the offensive line is average or below average. He can't control that. How he supposed to throw the ball accurately if he's running for his life like a deer in headlights and seeing a 250-pound, 300-pound defensive lineman running full speed at his face? Even if he's 6'6", 240. Somebody coming at you that big, you ain't going to have time to throw the ball. But our O-line did a great job, I'm not going to lie. I'm proud of them. Especially Joe Alt. He held his own against Chris Jones. Did very well. He made it look easy. Shout out to second-year player Joe Alt out of Notre Dame. I'm glad we drafted him last year in the first round. I was like, I'm going to trust Jim Harbaugh on this pick. Protect Justin Herbert. I like that pick. I think he's going to be a potential all-pro this season if he stays healthy. I think so. Now, con, like I said, and they're even in the win, you got to find a con to work on. I think the run game. Our run game still needs some work because Hampton only had 15 carries for 48 yards, while Patrick Mahomes had 57 yards rushing. That's unacceptable. The quarterback of the opposing team cannot have more rushing yards than you. That's not Hampton's fault. Our offensive line has been there for the past couple years, really. We got to run the ball better, especially with Harbaugh. He wants to run the ball. That's why we drafted Hampton. He's fast, physical, big. So having 48 yards rushing, that's not going to do it going forward the rest of this season. Especially if we don't want Herbert throwing the ball that much to where he gets sacked, take some pressure off of him so we can do some play action, make it more easier. Not third and longs. I don't want it to be 3rd and 8. I'd rather be 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3. Get it more manageable instead of 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. I know, but it's okay. It's week 1, so hopefully it can improve. But that's a con I saw in the game. Us only having 48 yards rushing with Hampton on 15 carries. So we got to work on that. We got to work on that. But our next game, like I said, we're 1-0. I celebrated at work. I said, okay, come Monday, when I'm filming this episode, it's time for a new slate. Got to forget that game. It's Raider week. And that means we play the Las Vegas Raiders Monday Night Football in Vegas around 10 o'clock p.m., I think. It's Raider week. You already know I'm going to mess with my dad. He's a Raider fan. So if you see this, you know what time it is. It's Raider week. That's why I like to call it a Raider week. I told him after the Chiefs game, I said, "Yeah, we coming." He said, "I say that every year." I said, "No, I ain't say we're going to the Super Bowl. I'm not no Cowboys fan, but we coming. We coming. We mean business. Beating the Chiefs week 1, that's a statement win right there." I thought we was gonna lose it. Now, granted, I'm not gonna say if we beat the Chiefs again in Kansas City. That's a game as far as away. It's a long season, but we coming. We are coming. I said we was gonna win 11, 12 games. I mean that. We coming. And it's Raider week in Vegas against Geno Smith, against Max Crosby, against Pete Carroll, against the rookie Ashton Genty. We are coming. They played the Patriots in a close one. Cool. Yeah, they won. Granted, the Patriots didn't have Christian Gonzalez out there. Drake May turned the ball over a couple times. But, hey, like I told one of my coworkers who's a Patriot fan, it's okay. Hey, shout out to Mario. I told you I get a shout out. Don't worry. Herbert is not going to let you down. I dedicate this win to you and all the other Patriots fans. We're going to get that revenge on y'all against the Raiders. Don't worry about it. We're going to get that victory for y'all. It might not be easy because it's AFC West rivals. Maybe, but we're going to get that victory. I'm pretty sure. I'm confident. If we can do what we did against the Chiefs defense, we can for sure do it against the Raiders. Like, the only person on the Raiders defense I fear and respect is Max Crosby. That's it. There's nobody else in that Raiders defense that scares me. And I think McConkey's going to have a good game. Quentin Johnson could have a good game. Keenan Allen for sure can have a good game. Even our defense, Khalil Mack, he loves playing against the Raiders. His former team that drafted him, he probably going to have a good game. Heck, I think 2 years ago? I think he had like 5-6 sacks in one game against the Raiders. So, I feel pretty good. I hope we can run the ball better, get Hampton in some more, get him some runs, get him going. And with Najee Harris, I ain't forgot about Najee. He probably would have started, but he was out with for training camp most of the time due to an eye injury. So Hampton got more of the first team reps. But yeah, overall, again, I'm proud of my Chargers for this game. I did pick the Chiefs, but I'm glad they won. I was cheering my heart out. That made my day at work a lot better. I was real happy. Enoch, my manager, shout out to Greg. He's a Chiefs fan. He saw a smile on my face. I'm like, yeah, feel good, feel real good. Cowboys lose, my Chargers win. Man, I can't get no better than that, like at all. So yeah, this can't get no better than that, y'all. But yeah, like I said, that game's over with. Let me regenerate. That game's over. It's Raider week. Gotta focus on Monday Night Football against the Raiders. It won't be easy. Of course, I picked this as a win. If I had to give it a score, I'm thinking we could probably, I don't know, depending on injuries. I'm a little scared. Denzel Perryman, I during the game, we could be nicked up a little bit. I'm going to go, because the Raiders usually play. So I'm going to say us 24, Raiders. I'm going to say Raiders 15. 24-16. 24-16, us. 24-16, us. It may be a little bit closer, but we're going to get that win. It's early on. We're going to get that win. Herbert going to be Herbert. I expect the rest of the team to have a good game. We're going to get this dub in Vegas. Because it's Raider week, and it's like I said, if you ain't boat gang, you ain't no gang. That's why I say off camera. If you ain't boat gang, you ain't no gang. That's it. It is what it is. But I appreciate each one of y'all tuning in for this episode. Again, like I said, I'll cover my favorite team all season long. Like I said, boat gang or no gang, I'm covering all season, win or lose. Talking about stats, talking about get my player of the week, especially if we win. If we lose, if it's a close one, I'll probably still give that pros and cons. Any injuries during the game, like I said, during week 1, wasn't really any besides Denzel Perriman or our starting linebacker. So I'm a little scared about that if he won't be able to play. I don't know yet, but I definitely catch y'all for another episode. Please under the comments, let me know what you think of my Chargers. Do you like I said? Let me know what you think of Justin Herbert. Where do you see my Chargers going? Because I got expectations. I see us competing for the AFC West. I'm tired of the Chiefs winning this division 9 years in a row. It gotta stop. It gotta stop. It's not gonna be the Raiders because they're not there yet. The Broncos and against the Titans, but I'll give them some leeway because of their defense. But their offense and Sean Payton, Denver, I can see challenging a little bit, but I still give us the edge over Denver, even though I think we're going to split with them. But the Chiefs, I feel like the only real threat is us. With Jim Harbaugh, our talent on our roster, potentially, we can challenge the Chiefs. It just really all falls on our coach and our quarterback, Justin Herbert, and I believe in him. I really do. But let me know what y'all think of my Chargers. Comments, where you see us going? Like I said, I see us continuing for the AFC West, winning a playoff game. That's the goal. Division, win a playoff game. Now, I'm not saying we're going to Super Bowl. I'm not no Cowboy fan. I'm not delusional. I don't see us going to Super Bowl yet. Not for at least a year or two. But winning a playoff game, that is the goal. I want to see my team improve each season. I keep it real. As a journalist, I don't lie. I'm not delusional. I keep it real about my team. That's how you know I'm a diehard Chargers fan. Since the Philip Rivers days, the LaDainian Tomlinsons, Antonio Gates, Sean Merriman, Antonio Cromartie, Eric Weddle, Vincent Jackson, Malcolm Floyd. I've been there. Ryan Matthews. I've been through all them Chargers players. I've seen it all. Quentin Johnson. Been through it all. That's how you know I've been a Chargers fan way before they got in LA, when it was in San Diego. So that's just me, y'all. But again, if you like what this episode and want to continue to support your boy, your favorite sports podcast, your favorite host, as I'm going to continue to improve each year that I go on with this podcast, because I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. Make sure to subscribe, click that likes button, turn on post notifications so you can always stay tuned whenever an episode is dropped. Follow me on all social medias regarding Cameron Sports Podcast. Again, let's make the trend touchdown with Cam, a hashtag that keeps growing. And, one day I do feel like I could put it on some merch, put on a shirt or something like a hat. And, Cameron Sports Podcast, hashtag touchdown with Cam. I think that could be something. But I'll catch y'all next time for another episode of Cameron Sports Podcast. Your favorite host here signing out. And boat up, baby.